Hi guys, it's Kelly from Cards by Christine here with you on a Technique Thursday with my amazing cousin, Christine.
Yay. Hello, this is our first Technique Thursday together. Hope
Yes.
you enjoy it.
So we are going to be making this beautiful card. Oh, sorry, getting used to the setup. This beautiful card with the inverted label technique. So what do you think? I'm going to show you, this is the bread and butter of what we're making. So typically you would take your label die, and this is from the potted succulent dies. And what you do is you take it over to your die cutting machine and you roll, and here you would get this beautiful label. You'd use it for your sentiment or whatever you're looking to do. But what we're going to do this time is use this piece. So, in designing this, and actually I'm going to be honest with you, in casing this, I saw this beautiful case card from an artist and design team member, and I loved the technique, and that's what I'm bringing to you today, is this beautiful technique. So in working through this card, I figured out the size that I wanted and then where I wanted the label die and ran it through the die cutting machine accordingly. That's why this piece has so much extra on it. Obviously, if you were just using the die piece, you wouldn't be using such a big piece of paper. But, so in doing that, we are starting with a Coastal Cabana card base. And the card is a top opening card. So we've got 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. So fold, score and fold, and then burnish with your bone folder. Then I made a larger gap in the mat, so the size on this mat is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then, like I said, this is the label die from the potted succulent dies, and I centered it on left to right, but kept it towards the bottom of the card. And then how you do this is you lay your card mat on your card base, but you don't adhere it yet. Then you bring in your stamp, and I am using the sentiment from Simply Succulent, so I'm keeping it in the bundle. You make the ordinary extraordinary. What a great sentiment. I love that. And you may notice I'm pulling in memento for this card. When I made my sample card, I used Bermuda Bay, and I like it, but I think because of the black border from our paper, it makes more sense to pull in memento. So that's what I'm going to use this time for the card. So back to our stack. You go ahead and you center your mat and just let it hang out there. I'm actually going to just put something on here so it doesn't kind of shift on me. Go ahead and open your memento or your ink and take your stamp. Make sure it's good and inked for good measure. And then you use this frame to center your stamp. And oh my goodness, I figured I was going to get my head in there. Haha, sorry guys, that was my hair. Okay, then you stamp your sentiment, lift it up, and now to finish assembling the card, you go ahead and take your dimensionals. Now, this is a big piece to be dimensionalizing, so is that a word, dimensionalizing? I just made it a word. You're gonna be using quite a few dimensionals on the back to make sure that it's sturdy and lifted up well. And you know when using dimensionals on the spot, it just doesn't go fast. So you're gonna sit here and watch me unstick all of these dimensional backs. And then we're gonna go ahead and adhere it to your card front, doing your best to center it on your card base and in your sentiment. And then what I did was I took this beautiful free designer series paper. It's free in sale-a-brations with a $50 purchase. It is called Flower and Field Designer Series paper. And I took this sheet, which has this beautiful pattern on the back and then these basically hand-painted flowers on the front, and I fussy cut a whole bunch of just different colors, different flowers. Yes, fussy cut. So if fussy cutting is not your thing, I'm sorry. I hope you like this card. It's beautiful. But you fussy cut the images and then just kind of layered them. You may notice, I'll see how, some of the flowers I dimensionalized, some of them I just glued down with liquid glue. And then I finished it with beautiful matte black dots. Just put a couple on there and you've got yourself a beautiful card. I simply love this. I think it is a gorgeous card that anyone would be more than happy to get in the mail. So what do you think of this card? What do you think of this technique? We definitely invite you to share with us your thoughts, and if you do happen to make a card with this technique, we'd love to see it in the comments as well. So let's see here. Getting used to this new setup. I'm loving it. Obviously, this is the space to be in it when you want to get inspired. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be working with Chris to help bring these to you. We hope you're loving them. If you have any ideas on tips or techniques you'd love to see, let us know. We love working with you so that you can so that you can be inspired to create yourself. And Chris is reminding me that it's best to email
if you have ideas.
We may catch a comment in the video or whatnot, but the problem with that is it simply loses itself in the newsfeed. And if you have something you want us to know, we wanna hear it. So, and then okay, one last thing. So email, but also host code. When you're ordering, make sure you're using a host code, but full disclosure, this host code is active as of today, and it may not be the accurate host code when you are ordering. So go to cardsbycrispy.com and find the current host code, and that will help you with your ordering. Or if you have questions, email. Email. So happy Technique Thursday. We are excited to be bringing these to you in a collaborative nature, and we hope you have a great day and look forward to the weekend ahead.